we select the menu.
The first thing I'm going to do on page 1 is auto exposure lock. I'm going to toggle that, set it to toggle, that is. Then I'm going to go down to, you can also use this wheel to go up and down. I'm going to set the autofocus manual focus control to toggle. Again, it's very important because that allows me, when this lever is selected on autofocus, manual focus, I can toggle it from autofocus to manual focus to autofocus. That's very key. It's a very important setting. So I'm going to go down now another page, and I'm going to go down to, again, I can use this button to go down to, I'm going to set grid line to rule of thirds. I like that because I usually like to compose using the rule of thirds, but you can set it to anything you want. I usually set that to enable because I do have an adapter for some Minolta lenses. Custom key settings, that's very important. So on this I set the AF/MF control to this button, of course. Now on the right key I set that to white balance. That's going to be hitting this right here, that's the right. Focus is soft key B, that's going to be this button right down here. And soft key C, setting C, is going to be the shoot mode, and C is this button right here, the center button. Usually you use that button to say OK on things, but when you're not doing anything, if you just hit this, it goes into shoot mode. So I'm going to back up out of here, and let me see if there's anything more that I would change. Oh yeah, help guide display is one of the first things I turn off when I got this camera, because when it's on, it keeps showing you, like every time you scroll down, it shows you a menu button. In fact, let me just turn that on so you can see what I'm talking about. So now if I go down to one thing, you see it'll show me you know, the help for it, and it's just annoying because I just want to get out of it. I don't want to see it. I'll look at the manual. So again, this is where I would see that thing is so annoying. Help guide display, I've set that off. Okay. All right. I think that's it for everything I set in the menu, so I don't really need to come back to it ever again. Okay, so I'm going to get out of the menus now. And so my thing for MIFIS stands for mode, which is the center button, right? Shoot mode. I'm usually always shooting in manual, but here I can do the dial if I want to go to like intelligent auto. So I might use that, intelligent auto, but otherwise I'm in manual. And then so that's M for mode, I is for ISO. That's the wheel. So the wheel's already selected to ISO. So here I'm going to set I don't set it for 800. So again, mode, ISO, and then the F is for focus. That's this button up here. So when I select that now, I'm now in auto. I'm now in manual focus. So you see, it zooms in to help me do the focus ring, and then this box down here shows you where in the frame it's going to focus. So if I start doing the focus, then I can use this wheel right up here to go left and right. So let me see, left and right. And you'll just watch this box down here. That's where it's focusing on the frame. I can go left and right, and this button will go up and down. So if I want to get the chair in, right, I can go, let's say, back over here to the chair. Okay, so I want to get the chair in. So now I'm going to focus looking at the chair. Really just looking at the arm of the chair. So now again, I'm in manual focus. I've got the arm of the chair perfectly. I take my shot. It's going to be, the chair is going to be in focus. Now let's just say I want to get that chair in focus. So now I'm going to do this. I'm going to move this over to the center to where I see the chair. Now I'm going to focus in on the chair. I guess I should have made sure this was wide open so you could see it as clearly as possible. Click, and now you're going to see the chair is in focus more than the I'm sorry, the chair in my office is more in focus than the rocking chair. Now, let's just say that you want to use autofocus. It's the same rule that applies. So I'm going to autofocus, going to focus down here. I'm in flexible spot. So now when I do this, you see again the same box. So I can move this box over. It doesn't move as much, but let's say you do it right there. You see it's going to focus in on that rocking chair. Now let's just say I hit this. I move it over to the other chair. See, it's gonna find that other chair, and it's gonna focus in on this other chair, because you see the, oops, sorry. Again, this will only move the focusing around right after you hit this. See? Same thing, up and down. Oops. I didn't notice that before. It's a flexible spot. Again, this will move it up and down. Oh, that's interesting. This one doesn't go up and down. So I guess use this key then, because the wheel will take it up and down or around to wherever you want. So if you know you're going to take photos of people and they're always going to be to the left of your frame like this, just set it there, and then you should be good. Okay, I just looked at the video and I realized I forgot the AS of Memphis, and that's aperture and shutter. That's for shutter, A for aperture. So again, that's Memphis. That's mode, center button, ISO, the middle dial, focus, this little toggle button up here, aperture, this thing here, and shutter, this thing here. And that's really everything you need, I think, to use this camera completely effectively. There's another little button right here which takes you through these modes, and one mode I like to go into, see, there's the focus settings. So I guess, okay, that's how you get to the focus settings, to move those around. And again, on the focus, you can use this dial down here too. You don't have to use these two things. So anyway, so select on this mode. Here's white balance settings. All this stuff's pretty advanced, I would say. But one thing I like is the that's the other thing. If you keep clicking this when you're in zoom, you'll zoom different different magnification. So here's times 5.9. Here's even times 11.7. Something's really far away. So this can really help you get a really good focus in, let's say, on somebody's eye or whatever. Okay, so all right. So actually, where I'm thinking about where I need to go to do the horizontal thing is display. So here you can cycle through a bunch of the display things, but the display thing I like is, you see this little crossbar here? So the green will show me when I'm completely horizontal level. And same thing if I'm vertically level. See, you'll get green in the middle. So right now I'm perfectly horizontally and vertically level. So I love that little thing. I find that little thing very useful. And the other thing is that generally when I'm shooting, what I'll do is I'll decide what is my optimum shutter and aperture. So let's say I want to do 160 and I'm going to want to shoot really wide open because, I don't know, somebody's here and I'll get as shallow as possible. Or let's just say 2.8, I think that's more realistic. From there I'll set my ISO as low as I can go, where it seems to match that. So right there it would probably be at ISO 1600. But you know, I could go lower, but then I know I'm going to have to take my shutter speed a lot lower to work with it. So again, you know, I try and find my optimal focus, and I set my ISO, you know, based on that. So again, hope you found this this video interesting. This is truly a great camera. I'm really enjoying it. Thanks.